As we also go through these different varieties, not only do we need to think about the yield, not only do we need to think about the aspects of winter kill or winter hardiness, but we also need to think about the aspects of agronomic characteristics. How easy is it to manage some of these? Here's an example of a very waxy type of grass species. You can actually see the sheen. We've got a couple of others here in the background that also have that very, very distinct waxy sheen. And this typically is a beneficial component in relationship to the overall amount of carbohydrates and waxes that these particular species possess. They will have higher energy content and higher fiber digestibility. Eric had talked a little bit about its lodging potential, and yes, that's the case. But with that, the amount of fiber that is digestible is also lower, and so that can help with forage quality, especially if you are feeding animals that require especially high levels of nutrient, like dairy cows, like growing beef calves. And that lodging potential isn't quite as critical when we are working with animals that are grazing. Now, if we compare it to this orchard grass over here, you can really look at and evaluate how much less sheen there is. Overall, this is physiologically more mature with the heads, and it's going into reproductive state, comparatively speaking. And so, yes, it is more mature, but in addition to that, it just doesn't have that sheen. Now, that wax actually hinders the dry down process, and so therefore, if we do select a variety such as this that is so waxy, we'll need to take into consideration the potential of having to actually use a wet bale harvesting system or silage system, or strategically selecting it for pasture situations and not for dry hay sort of options.